Behave yourself, Shades. Matt, put your phone away. Okay, this is Not So Round Table Talk for Alpha. Take one.
What? Amaze. Wow.
Do it.
Such whiteboard.
Camera's rolling.
Many like. All right.
Such
Too much
high.
stuff on the table. Anyway, welcome back, guys, to another edition of Not So Round Table. We're joined today by Shades, who has been equipped with a whiteboard so that he can communicate. You know the drill. You guys comment on the previous video. We take those questions and comments and put them into our helm of reasoning. And then we answer those questions as best we can, kind of give a broad view on the community of Airsoft and kind of how we feel and play. And hopefully you guys can, find things that help you or, information that makes you a more well-rounded player. So, you want to start us off, George?
Yeah, sure. This is a short one.
Everybody's more awake and excited today?
Yes, I apologize. I was a little tired last week. How long did it take to film I Want a Soft?
I don't know, actually.
It's like 2 days. It was like, not even, maybe like 12 hours?
We
total?
spread it out, we spread it out over several days. So I think we had like three or 4 hour days. And we had to do it in different chunks. So we had to film some scenes some days and some others. And then we had to, ultimately we had to go back and refilm some things because, it's a lot harder after filming a music video than you think because you're not actually singing in the music video.
Yeah.
We had to sing, we had to overdub the song, and the audio took a couple days. So we had to film the song,
Believe it or not,
listening
Shades
to
can
the
do audio.
song. Yeah, Shades can sing. That's the only other way he communicates.
No, he didn't sing. He just did the song.
Oh, he did the song.
Yes.
Shades did the song. He's
Okay.
an audio engineer.
It was a few days.
Anyway,
We're gonna do more stuff like that.
hopefully.
Yeah. We have some
Yeah,
space.
so we had to sing it, and then we had to listen to an instrumental while we were filming, and then try to sing on top of that, which audio didn't get used. So you have to relay that over.
Yeah.
And then we had to go refilm because I wasn't really synced up with where it needed to be. So it was interesting. All right, hopefully that answered your question. Let's see here. Okay, we've got a question from Super Airsoft Dude 1. Because of Shade's awesomeness, should we declare him to be a nuclear weapon? If so, is he illegal on the airsoft field? Shades, what do you think? He's a mother effing A-bomb. All right, here's the thing. If we declare him a weapon of mass destruction, we're going to get invaded by America.
I love how that question came up when he was here. That's awesome.
Yeah. Good timing.
Good timing.
No,
This is not rigged, I swear.
Shades is extremely talented and an elite airsoft player. But to declare him illegal on the airsoft field, that doesn't make any sense. I mean,
No.
whatever team he's on usually wins. So I'd say you guys should be vying for his... By the way, I love America. And
What were you doing?
he was drawing a flag.
I know he was,
All
but
right,
he stopped doing it.
Shades, you want to pick a question? I don't
Yeah.
know how you're going to read it, but just
Here,
give it to George.
Just give it to me. Thank you. This is a long one, I think. Sorry. ODA Airsoft GC. You right. Hey guys, love the series. Just wanted to know what your opinions are on playing dead. Some players at our field act as though they are playing dead by casually walking through enemy lines as if they are out. Though these players are not technically cheating because their hands are not raised, it is a legitimate tactic or unsportsmanlike.
Okay.
Is this a legitimate tactic?
From personal experience, I dealt with this at the Legends game. Shades and I were out on the field, and this was a Desert Fox in Victorville. And there was a guy with like a heavy machine gun. He had like a 240 or
yes,
249.
I witnessed this. I remember I was in the parking lot. I saw the whole
And
thing.
okay, to be fair, he didn't really like pretend to be dead. He was walking off the field to go reload or something, right? Goes to the staging area, comes back on, but instead of regenning back at respawn, he literally came off the field and just started firing at all of us. I got shot in the face, and I should have been wearing lower face pro, but I was wearing a mouth guard, so I was okay. But it's still, I ended up spitting out a BB, which was kind of creepy.
It was kind of funny, actually.
And I'm yelling at Shades because I'm, furious at the moment. But I got him back. Don't worry. I got him back.
Well, I don't think it's a great tactic. Dead men are dead. It's it's an honor game, not just from calling hits. You have to be honorable in other aspects of the game. So
you hate when people do
I
it. So
think
don't
it's
do it.
disrespectful, and I think that it is cheating. I don't care if it's not technically cheating. It's cheating.
Yeah.
It's just
Agreed.
like if you're dead and you're on a radio telling your friends where somebody is or whatever. It's the same thing. Or when you're dead and you go back and you go, oh, all these guys that are over this position because you died. Why don't you just be honorable and just keep your mouth shut?
Once you're alive, it's more than reasonable to be like, well, once you're back in game, you can be like, oh, I died over here, and then lead people to go engage those people. But telling people while you're dead is kind of.
I don't even think. I think when you get back to regen, it's coming in as a new soldier and thinking of that attitude of like, yes, there's a bunch of guys over there, but I'm not gonna, I remember at Red Storm, I got a sniper safety kill, or not safety kill, but it was like a close-up sniper kill, and no one knew that person was there, and I was just like, I could be a dick and tell people, but I didn't. But that person died later, so I didn't feel as bad.
So justice was served.
Justice was served.
All right.
Go.
You want me to pick? All right.
Well, I read the last question, so you should pick.
Okay. All right, let me see. This one's from Austin Denson. As a topic for the Not So Round Table, are metal receivers really worth it? In the past,
I'm confused.
I get his question. It's like metal body
the weight
M4
or the money, or
I think he means all around durability, cost. Whether it makes the gun better or whether it's a worthwhile investment. In the past, plastics were not as well made as they are now. Would you guys agree with that?
Yes.
Okay, so back in the day when the only people really producing metal bodies were making them as upgrades for plastic shells, it made a lot of sense. They were worthwhile because the plastics were brittle and they weren't that durable. But now you have companies like Lancer and G&G, even TM. If you still buy TM, they make really high quality polymers that work great as bodies.
Well, G&G's the best. I don't think the other two are all that great.
Okay. So
I'm just saying, I think the G&G ones, their bodies, I think, hold up to as well as metal bodies do.
Yeah.
I would not do that with other guys.
And I think ultimately, if you're going for weight savings and you're trying to squeeze every last ounce of weight out of it, go polymer body. There's absolutely no reason to go with a full metal body. What do we say? Metal, super cool.
Plastic, lightweight, lift weights, wussy. Huh.
Thank you, Shades.
Like I've ever seen.
So
Shades never goes to this.
So Shades thinks you should go with a metal body. If you find a metal body you like and it's not breaking the bank, I see no reason why not to upgrade. But if there's more effective upgrades you can be doing, save the receiver till later.
And good quality metal bodies go a long way too.
Yeah.
Don't cheap out on that. I don't think either.
But at the same time, you have really heavy ones like the ones that have huge deflection blocks and things like that. That end up adding more weight.
Yeah.
Like the Velter receivers.
Yeah. I'm picking one out from the bottom.
From the bottom.
It's a small question at least. Or why don't we wrap these like fortune cookies? Oh, small. This is an old one, I could tell. This is from Carlo. I can't say your last name. I'm horrible at this. What should I do to become a tech or become more comfortable doing maintenance on my electric gun or electric rifles and gas pistols? I'd like to become a technician and even get hired at a shop, but where do I start?
Well, the internet is a wonderful place. And I say that it's so cliche, but it really is. There's so many resources both on YouTube and in forums really outlining by other guys that work on their guns how to disassemble things, different upgrades to be aware of, kind of tips and tricks. And keeping well read on those things makes you a better tech. But I think Shades has a really good point. In more words than that,
just practice.
Just do it.
Yeah, just practice.
Take your gun apart.
Take your gun apart, put a part in it, and reshim your gun and figure out how long it takes. How long it lasts. Maybe just buy a gun just for the sake of messing around with it. Like literally, just I'm gonna reshim this gun. I'm gonna put these parts in it, and then just run a lipo forever and see what happens.
You can't be afraid to take it apart for fear of breaking something.
Yes.
In the interest of gaining knowledge and being a better technician, you have to be comfortable taking things apart.
Yes.
I started with a version 2 gearbox that's, I think, pretty much known as like one of the easiest to work on.
I'd say it's one of the easier ones. Yeah, version 2 and version 3 are the two easiest.
Yeah, and the version 3 is nice because it has a motor cage, and then you don't have to worry about motor height adjustment.
And you don't have to put it back in the gun to test it.
Right. So just keep taking it apart, reshim it often if that's what you want to do. It helps to just have an extra gearbox that's not in a gun that you can just play around with and tinker with. And that ultimately will make you a better tech. And then in terms of getting hired, once you feel like you're at a pretty comfortable level, just put your name out there. I mean, network with people, talk to people that are techs at companies. Maybe they have an opening. Just keep up with the legwork.
Try to make like the coolest build you possibly can. So either make a gun shoot very, very high FPS. You obviously probably can't use this gun anywhere, but it's a good test bed of, hey, I can make a gun shoot this.
Yeah.
Or try to make one that shoots a crazy rate of fire.
It's like how shops do like a project build for SEMA. They want to show off what they can do.
Yeah, exactly. So show off something that you have that be like, I built this and it's still running. I can't use it in the field because it shoots too hot or this round of fire is crazy, but I built this and it works. Yeah. That shows that you're a good tech. A good example would be that's how a gunsmith usually does too. Is they're like, I built this or I built that. That's how you do it. What are you doing?
Hello. Watching Shades draw.
Okay, this is from Sherman Ruler. What do you guys think about bayonets in Airsoft, if it hasn't already been asked?
Well, bayonets,
the rubber
bayonet
ones.
Meaning bayonet like on the end of a gun?
Maybe.
Because otherwise it's just a K-bar.
Yeah, that's true. You're right. Yeah, bayonets on the end of a gun. Rubber ones, I hope.
Pointless. If you're going for a melee kill, you shouldn't be pointing your gun at somebody anyway.
And you shouldn't be poking them like that.
Yeah, I think pretty much widely practiced melee kills is a touch, and if you're using your gun to do that, you may be sending the wrong message.
True.
So, imitation knives and like rubber knives, that's cool if you're going for melee kill. Just touch somebody, but like the Rambo kills and that end of the gun bayonet stabs, not a good idea.
Not a good idea.
I don't think throwing knives are acceptable.
All right, well, let's go to another question really quick.
Unless maybe Texas.
Texas? What about Texas? Well, this is small. Poop face 556. Question: how effective are tactical helmets?
Very.
Yeah, it really sucks to hit your head on something.
Yeah. Well, Shades has to protect his hair.
Yeah.
So a helmet's a good way to do that. Although then it has to come out nicely, and I don't know how you do that. I get helmet hair. Yeah. Whenever Shades takes off his helmet, it's perfect. It's like not even tousled in any way. Helmets are great. You mount NVGs on them. If you don't have NVGs, they're great to put just like a small camera or a tech light, so you can see something very quickly, like a map. They're a great place, especially for night games, to mount those V lights or E lights, because you can signify that you're dead with a bright up light. Great place to put patches. If you have one of our dead rags that you've stitched some Velcro onto, great place to put those as well. Even bungees is a great place to tuck dead rag. Helmets are great,
and they prevent you from getting shot on the top of the head.
That too.
And most importantly, if you're playing a mount game, sometimes you bump your head on things, so it kind of has a good advantage to. I like my ops core.
Yeah. Shades has something he'd like to show the group.
Yes. This is what he spent 30 minutes drawing.
Thank you, Shades.
Thank you, Shades. America.
All right. Let me see. What do we got? All right. This one is from Gibbons22. Airsoft revolvers, yay or nay?
The CO2 ones? Yay.
Dan Wessons?
Yes.
Yay. In-game, not necessarily the most practical airsoft gun, right? I mean,
correct.
6 rounds, and then you've got to reload actual bullets into it. It's not terribly effective. Shades likes revolvers a lot.
Revolvers are cool, though. I think why not?
A couple of the guys back when we were at the old location, we had a shootout in the back lot in our controlled environment at Evike, where we had the 1812, the over under.
Okay, yeah.
And we had the revolvers, and we were having like an old Wild West shootout with face protection on and everything, and that was really fun just because everyone was having to cycle through the same small amount of rounds, and you had to be real effective with the revolver.
Okay,
that
Fields,
was cool.
New challenge, Fields. Revolver
Wild
only
West
night.
shootouts.
Revolver only night.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Yeah. Hurry up.
I know this is. There you go.
Wild West Milsim. We have that. Didn't we have that lever action?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what we were using.
Mr. Epic Android, dear Matt, what is your opinion using NVG thermal goggles, NVGs/thermal goggles in an airsoft milsim event? I'm kind of confused. I think it means like those thermal goggles that like are really close to your eye, or like I don't know.
Does he mean NVGs?
I don't think it's NVGs. No, I think it's.
Okay,
I think it's
see.
about goggles.
Using NVGs,
Oh.
thermal goggles.
Oh,
In
okay,
Airsoft.
all right.
Wait, are you
so-
talking about like thermal? Like I can see somebody's
Yeah,
thermal
I think. All right,
signature?
never mind. No. He's talking about NVGs.
Okay.
Money.
I've only seen them used really twice. We saw it at. I saw it at the Desert Fox game a long time ago.
Both of them.
Both of them, and then I saw them at Irene.
Correct.
If you want to spend the money, because NVGs are not cheap.
No,
okay,
no.
to get ones that are going to be effective, and I'm not talking about the ones that came with Battlefield 3. Okay,
Don't
those
tell
work
Miguel
out to
that.
about 20 feet, and they don't work that well. But if you want to spend the money for real NVGs,
You have a huge
wow,
advantage during the night games.
dude. I mean, good for you. But
We got owned by NVGs at
in terms of their practicality, they certainly give you an advantage. I mean, we were getting picked off by guys that we didn't even know were there, and they
Yeah.
could see us bright as day.
So didn't ruin
In
our
the
night
interest
game
of being
experience.
fair, I mean, if you wanted to overregulate something like that, I think it's expensive enough that I don't think we're going to get overrun with people with NVGs.
Yeah, I mean, if, a good set's going to cost you on 2K at least.
Yeah.
A really good.
Yeah, I think if you're wondering like how to combat somebody with NVGs, NVGs are very light sensitive. They pick up light. They work great in nighttime environments. And one of the best ways to overcome somebody with NVGs is to use a bright flashlight.
Unless they're auto-gated.
Unless they've paid a lot of money and they're auto-gated. But if they're not auto-gated and they're using Battlefield 3 ones, shine a bright-ass flashlight in their face, and you will come out triumphant.
All right.
Or throw a Thunderbee at them. Not at them, at their feet. Close to them. Or just bring Shades along with you, because he sees in the dark anyway. What, am I reading another one?
Yeah. Oh, I read the last one.
Oh, sorry.
I just
All
read
right,
it wrong.
this one's from River City Airsoft Club. Great idea for the Not So Round Table. Thank you. What are your thoughts on players who focus on their gear rather than their guns?
That's funny. Hold on. Shades has got a prior
Why
response.
don't you answer while he's writing?
People can spend their money however they want, I would think. I mean, if they want to put money into their kit, then that's what they put money into. But I mean, if their gun works, I mean, if they're rolling with like really expensive gear and maybe rolling around with a Springer, I don't know, maybe it would be kind of weird. But form follows function. That's actually good.
Good point.
Good point.
For me, if I bought a gun, and the gun was maybe like $140, I think it's pretty much starting average for a gun, and it works. There's no reason to upgrade it because it shoots accurately. It doesn't have any feeding problems, and it works for me. There's no reason, I mean, unless I'm interested in collecting or picking up a different platform, there's no reason to keep spending money on something that isn't broken. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So in that interest, if I've got a little extra money and I want to, splurge on the rest of my airsoft hobby, and I'm not spending it on a gun, why not spend it on a little bit of extra gear? Yeah. Also remember that your gear is an extension of you as a player. If it can make you more effective, if it can make you faster, if it can allow you to carry more items or carry more gear or make you a better player, then absolutely spend money on the gear. I run a specific vest and belt and rig, and that makes me, more effective than if I wasn't running quality gear or wasn't running something that I could make modular and adapt to the situation that I was in. So yeah, by all means, Gear Whores Anonymous, let's get together.
Hold on.
Not sure if tactical or gear whore.
Some people just have a lot of kit. Whether they shoot real steel too, you have to think about that. Yeah. Some people just got into airsoft.
I think the thing to take away is don't put stuff on your rig that you're not going to use.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just don't load up your entire body with stuff, even though it looks cool. I mean, if you're not going to use it, it's kind of wasted money.
Salem Spence, thank you so much for this This is sweet. I was wondering if you'd recommend what are the best things to upgrade your AEG. I'm an intermediate player, but I would like to get crazy airsoft into. Wait.
Crazy into airsoft.
No, it's all right. Crazy in airsoft, but
okay.
I meant into.
All right. Well, I mean, after being players for so long, I think there's like the top three, right? We'll go with the top three upgrades.
The best upgrade you could do right off the bat. All of us agree. Barrel.
If you don't want to spend the money for a barrel, little trick, Brasso. You buy it at Smart and Final. It's a brass polish. You can use it for silverware and things. Put that on a small piece of cloth and run it through your barrel like you're cleaning it. And the Brasso will polish the brass surface. Just a little tip from us old players that had to
I taught you that,
airsoft on a budget. George did teach me that.
and I learned it from my guys.
All right,
so.
what's number 2? Hop-up unit or bucking?
Yeah.
Agreed. There's
Bucking.
no advantage to getting a better barrel if you're not going to support it with something that will make you more accurate or fire the BB more effectively.
I got the
So
third.
hop-up unit,
Third, battery.
battery.
Most underappreciated upgrade.
Yeah.
If you don't have to, I mean, I'm not saying to get a lipo, but if you got a 7.4 or if you have at least a maybe 11, I mean, if you got 11.1, don't go crazy on it. But
Yeah.
I mean, when I had a SEMA, like a $180 SEMA AK, all I did was put a 455 Prometheus barrel in it and an upgraded battery, and I just put 11.1 in it. I ran that thing till it broke, which was a long time.
Yeah.
And that thing outranged everything on the field.
And that $180 was well spent.
Yes.
I think also it's important to remember that to make your gun better, you don't necessarily need to spend money.
Correct.
All airsoft guns, like all cars, are a mass-produced item. They're produced in a factory, and so they don't always come out exactly the same. I mean, there are little differences. So a simple tune-up, cleaning the barrel, checking your motor height adjustment, maybe re-shimming if you have to, making that machine run more efficiently just by doing some cleanup, some maintenance, and maintaining it works wonders.
Yeah.
Minor mods make a difference.
Avoid motors.
You've got so many good sayings.
Yeah. Avoid motors. Avoid piston upgrades. Spring upgrades. The spring upgrade is one of the things that you upgrade your spring or change your spring to achieve a certain FPS.
Right.
That does not ever guarantee your FPS. People overlook that all the time. And the thing is, with a lot of the guns I have that have been teched, or your guns,
Right.
I know they don't use a very powerful spring because the air seal is good, the bucking's good, and the barrel's good.
Air seal
so you can
is
actually use
important.
below an M120 to get above 400 FPS.
And if you don't have an air leak, you can go with a smaller spring, and then your gears are working less hard. All right, guys.
Last little tidbit.
Last thought from Shades. FPS doesn't always equal range, and he's right. That's
He is
very
right.
true. A more accurate barrel, better bucking can do wonders, even if you're not at that 400 FPS mark. All right, guys. Thanks once again for tuning in to this episode of the Not So Roundtable. I hope we answered quite a few questions that you guys were wondering. For future questions, just comment in the section below. We'll collect those, put them into the helm of reason, and answer them. I think we're going to have another guest maybe next week, or America.
America.
Maybe Shades will join us again one of these days. So thanks again for watching. We'll see you guys next time.
There, guys.